Let's see what happens here. Okay, I believe that we're on and we're live. While I'm waiting for confirmation, make sure our audio, all that kind of stuff is working. Everything's coming out to you guys loud and clear. And we're looking beautiful. If you don't see four sexy dudes on your screen, that's not us. That's not us.
There you go.
Let me also remind everyone to go to hankstrange.com, sign up for our email list. Very important. Lola sends out that newsletter, keeps you guys notified of deals and other goings-ons, videos that we have posted. You can look around the site, find all the different ways to support us. Actually, if you look on Strangerholics, that tab will take you to all the different places that we are on social media, etc. You can also find a place that you can buy patches from us. Okay, very cool. It's a good way to support us. Get the patches. As well as we've got links to Ballistic Ink where you'll find our t-shirts and all that kind of good stuff. All right, it looks like we're feeding out to the folks. I'm going to ask everyone to smash those thumbs ups, ring the bell, share this video if you can. We're still getting ghosted by the YouTubes. And also big shout out to Harry's Holsters, one of the sponsors here of the podcast. They make fine Kydex holsters. We've got a whole new line of stuff out that you'll be seeing some stuff coming out from us pretty soon here. All right, that being said, I am going to throw these fellas up on the screen, and I'm going to press the open, and here we go.
Welcome back to the
Boom!
Strange
All right,
Situation.
make sure you smash that
Lifestyle
subscribe
of the
button,
locked and loaded.
thumbs up, and ring the bell, Walter. Ring the bell so people can be notified. Boom, there you go. Ring the bell. I don't know if Alex was ready for that. We are live. We are live. I hope you got your big girl panties on out there. So Alex and Mike of Armaspec, this is your first time. We have a thing here that we do called Jazz Hands, and it goes like this. We're taking it back from the tourists. We're taking it back. You got to do jazz hands. Come on, Mike. Come on, Alex. Let's see those jazz hands.
Hey!
No one is too macho to do it. There we go. Come on. We are live. I hope you got your big girl panties on. This is episode 678 of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. See, that breaks the ice. That's how you get everything going here. We've entitled the show Armaspec Parts and Accessories. They make gun parts and accessories. We didn't put the gun part in the title because YouTube's a bunch of communists, social communist bastards, you know. And they do lots of crazy stuff to us. But anyway, they make gun parts and accessories, and they're here to talk about that. If you've heard of them, let us know if you've heard of Armaspec. You should have. They've got quite a few things out there. If you haven't, you're going to find out everything you need to know tonight. And we also have Walter Keller of Safety Harbor Firearms joining us. Walter, what's up?
Got some prettiness back from the anodizers.
Yes, so we will talk about that. We will get into that. Also, so let's see. So first we've got Mike. I'm going to show Mike here on the screen. What's up, Mike? How are you doing, sir? How's everything?
I'm doing good, Hank. How you doing?
Good, man. I haven't seen you guys since New Mexico. Since, we were out there in New Mexico.
That was fun.
Doing the Ballistic Summit. Absolutely. That was cool. Thanks for coming on the show. And you're out there, so Armaspec is in New Mexico. And then we've got Alex, of course. Alex, you're in where? Where are you?
San Francisco.
Oh, you're in California.
That's correct.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is probably a good place to start everything. I don't know who wants to take this, but maybe we'll start here with Alex. You're the owner of Armaspec, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so tell us how and why the company started. Who are you? Why did you start making gun parts?
Sure. We started in 2013 making accessories for firearms, primarily the AR platform.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking for better products to make out there, and decided it was time for us to get some of our own stuff out. So we started with one product. Now we have about 130 SKUs.
Okay, very nice. So
Yeah.
were you always making gun parts? Or were you always in the gun business, I should say? I'm assuming you weren't making gun parts before.
No,
Were you always
I was-
into guns, making guns and stuff like that?
No, I was in software before.
Okay.
We started. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, it was always a hobby for me.
Oh,
So
okay.
all my life, it's just been a hobby. I got into modifying ARs probably in the mid-90s. Before
okay.
that was 1911s,
Oh, okay.
and then the company started in 2013. So it's just something that I love to do.
Okay, so your background is as a tech guy?
Yeah, engineer.
Okay, engineer.
Or
So have you
hardware.
worked on some stuff that we know about?
I've done a lot of things over the years. I've been an entrepreneur all my life, so
Okay, very cool,
we
interesting.
used to OEM for Hewlett Packard, Compaq, HMT.
Mm-hmm.
I did security stuff, Telephone to Mexico, Telmax,
Okay.
Sears Roebuck, and then I've done some poker table stuff. Been around.
Oh, okay, very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us about Mike. Mike's out in New Mexico. Like what's your position in the company, Mike? What do you do with Armaspec, and how did you get into this whole firearms industry?
So I'm the VP of Sales here at Armaspec. It's been a lifetime passion. I've been a professional gunsmith since the 80s, competitive shooter, gun store owner in Southern California, relocated here. I was with another company for 10 years, working with them, growing their company. And then Alex invited me to come over about a little over 2 years ago now to help expand the company. And we've done very well. Just in the last 2 years, we're probably 4 or 5 times the size of what we were. Enough that we're expanding here into New Mexico, Moriarty, small town, pro-America, pro-Trump.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a nice place to be.
Okay. Since you mentioned it, I guess I will bring up, since the last time we saw each other, we were all hanging out. There's been the elections. What do you guys think about that, and how does that affect the business overall? Whoever wants to take it. Who? No one wants to go for this one, huh? Yeah.
I assume you weren't asking me. You know how I feel about stuff. So.
Well, I mean, go ahead, Mike.
Basically, we're looking. We're of course we're hoping that Trump, when this is all settled and done and everything's settled down, that we've got Trump for another 4 more years of stability. If it goes the other way, it's going to be very chaotic. We have no clue what they're. We've heard what they want to do, what they're going to try to achieve, and it's going to be another crazy, unstable business until we can figure out what's going on here. So. Just time will tell. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. This has been already a crazy year for a lot of people that we talk to here. How does that look for you guys? Let's say just outside of what's recently happened or happening with the elections, how's this whole year look like for you guys?
Oh, it's been pretty crazy for us. So it's been busy, and it's only going to get worse now. Whichever way it goes.
Okay.
Let's come in.
Yeah. So maybe we should jump into like showing the folks some accessories. I'm assuming you guys have some stuff, or you want to tell like what's your major stuff that you have out now, or the new things that you have out now. I want everyone to bear in mind we can't like actually show guns because the YouTube overlords are watching us. Big Brother is out there looking at us. So as long as we don't, if you have like an upper or something like that, I think it's fine. We could definitely show parts. If you have stuff, I could go pull it up on your social media or something like that and show the folks what we're talking about. So, yeah. And Armament and Axis says Mike's video keeps freezing. I'm not sure if we can do anything about that. I don't know how his internet speed is out there.
Terrible.
So, it's terrible. Yeah, so that's the reason. Well, we can hear you, though, so that's the most important thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
It will be hard for me to show product, but I will do the best I can. Okay, one thing that we're very proud of that Alex designed and has been a very, very good product is that pretty dude right there. See that?
Okay, yes, we can see that, right? Pull back a little bit. Yeah, okay, so what is this exactly? Obviously, it looks like a buffer.
This is our stealth recoil system. It replaces the standard ill-spec spring and buffer in an AR-15. Quiets down that springiness that's common with the AR-15 recoil system. Smooths out the action because now the the spring and guide rod are the center line of your bolt carrier group, so it smooths out the action, makes it feel very linear. The secondary spring, this spring right here, helps reduce the felt. Very nice unit.
Okay, so the
sell a lot-
secondary reduces the felt recoil. Is that what you were saying? I think you broke up a little.
Correct. The secondary spring, this second stage right here,
Mm-hmm.
is what help reduces the felt recoil.
Okay. I'm sure there's some super science behind that, Alex.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's basically a multi-stage recoil system. So
Okay.
by slowing down the action, by timing it just right, plus the secondary spring gives you that last quarter inch of travel to absorb some of that additional recoil.
Okay, so when if someone installs that in their gun, they should feel it like smooth out. Is it
It
is
smooths it out. It's
reset gonna be
twice enough,
faster?
correct.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out exactly how it would work on there. What were we gonna say, Walt?
You don't get the spring noise.
Okay,
Correct.
okay.
That you don't get that clunky clink 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 going in the
Oh, I
buffer
see.
tube
Okay.
in the stock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so does that have an application if you're running something suppressed? You want it to be a little bit reduce some of the noise on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Correct. It's actually very noticeable with suppressors. That's what a lot of the guys that shoot suppressors, because of it quiets down the system.
Mm-hmm.
You really hear it change a difference with the stealth recoil system.
Oh, okay. Len Holt wants to know if it's tunable, and I know there's some guys asking for you guys to show specific stuff, so we're just going to try to like go through somehow systematically, and then get your questions and comments and things like that here. We're fortunate. We got Walter who makes stuff, and we've got Mike and we've got Alex, and these guys make stuff, so this is a good opportunity to talk about making things as well as smashing the thumbs ups. By the way, I hope you super smash the thumbs ups, because this is the last show for this week. I'm taking tomorrow off, right? Because I'm actually going out to do some stuff with the Iraq veteran 8888 dudes over the weekend, and I'm leaving tomorrow, so there's going to be no show tomorrow. As a matter of fact, I don't think there's any show next week either, Walter. You can have next week off. You're welcome.
Wow. I get to get caught up on things. Yes.
You get to do some work, some more work. So yeah, okay. So where was I? We were. Len Holt wanted to know if it's tunable. Yeah.
Yeah, Mike, yes, it's tunable.
Mhm.
We offer, I believe, 9 different weights for it.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go to an H2,
Mhm.
C, based on the what you're looking to achieve, whether it's suppressed, the length of the barrel.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, we offer everything from a standard C weight, which is equivalent to the 3.3 standard buffer, all the way up to the big bores, the AR-10s, 9 millimeters. So if you've got an AR-15, we've got a recoil system that'll work with it.
Oh, okay.
Or an AR-10.
Okay. So AR-10, AR obviously 9mm.
And a
Correct.
9.
Okay. All right. Let's see what other questions. Someone, Armsman is complaining I'm taking too many days off. He says joking. Too many days off. No days off. I'm still working. It's still work. It's still work. I might be shooting up some of Eric's ammo or something like that, but hey, I still consider that to be work. And what is all the talk about Bigfoot, Walter? Do you know what that's going? Is there some kind of Bigfoot thing going on that I don't know? Screaming Skull Saloon says pretty cool, but not as cool as going hunting for Bigfoot. I have no idea what that means. I'm not down with the cool kids, so I don't even know what that means.
Bigfoot's always been an attraction.
Yeah.
But I don't know if there's anything special going on with Bigfoot. I mean, is that what they're calling Joe Biden now, or his Madam?
I don't know. Someone's going to have to explain to us in the chat what the Bigfoot stuff is even about, because I have no clue. I'm not up on all the cool stuff, and I've actually been running around all day today, so I don't know if there's something going on the internet that I don't know about, but I've been like in and out of doctor's visits and all kinds of stuff. So let's see here. DCG44 says, and it's an easy drop-in. I'm assuming you just open up that bad boy, pull out your...
Correct. You just pull out your standard spring and buffer and slide it in. It's designed to fit into a mil-spec carbine length buffer tube.
Okay. All right, cool. Special K wants to know if it works on an SHTF 50.
That's the upper that I made. No, you don't need a buffer and a spring and a bolt action action. Yes.
No, yeah, you
I'm
know.
glad you answered that one. I had no clue what he was talking about there.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
some people actually, there have been some customers that have taken a regular spring and cut it short. So when you pull the bolt back, it would kind of push the handle forward. But
Oh wow,
that's one of those.
forward assist there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Well,
Yeah.
that's one of those.
Does that
cooked-up
void your
custom-
warranty? Does that void? Does that void anything?
No
if you do?
modifications to the upper when you drop a spring in, so I would say no. So
Yeah. By the way, so Walther makes something called the SHTF 50, which is a 50 BMG upper that you could put on an AR-15 lower.
yeah, we've been doing that since 2003. So yeah. Can't have them in California. You can have one. Maybe if you have one in 510 DTC, you can have it. But 50 BMG in California is a no. So
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what else we got going on here. Calico Jack says, Hank, are you going to put some footage of your time with Eric and Chad on IV8888? Yes. I'll get some kind of footage going for you guys, of course. I'll share that. More importantly, I'm going to hang out with those guys, so hopefully I'll show up on something that they do. So you guys just be looking out for me. Yeah. Night Train wants to know what's the price point on the buffer.
$79.99.
Okay, there you go. Are those available right now on the website? Let me see. I could pull up the website and show folks the website out there. Let's see if you're at all interested. It's Armaspec. You can see the big sign. That's how you spell it. It's right behind Alex. And they've got like Alex said, there's a lot of different parts and things like that you can get here. And the Stealth Recoil Spring would be right there. You can go into that. Go check it out. Do you have videos of the stuff that you guys have on the site, or how does that work? I don't know.
We have some videos in development, but no.
Okay.
Not a lot of, no.
Okay. All right. So there's details there on the website.
Although I have found quite a few on YouTube.
Yeah. If you look on YouTube, I've seen stuff on there too. So, and if I can get my hands on some of this stuff, I did shoot these things at the Ballistic Summit, the Lucid Optics Ballistic Summit in New Mexico, and I am working on something brief that I'll put up there. But we'll get some of this stuff in, we'll test it, we'll share that with you guys. We'll put some stuff up on social media, all of that. So stand by for that. I see there's a ton of comments coming in, and as you guys are coming in, smash the thumbs ups. So let's see what we got here, Walt. I don't know if you see. Someone wants me to shoot Chad's ammo. Okay. Somehow I don't think Chad's gonna give up his ammo that easily. Which says say hello to Eric and Randy. Will do. And Len Holt wants to know what is the frickin' Bigfoot thing? Is somebody punking me? Why are you people talking about Bigfoot? If someone doesn't explain it, I'm gonna stop. I'll just stop talking about it. All right, so let's see here. YNH says I like the Armaspec AR parts I have on my guns. There you go. So YNH has got some stuff. Let us know what you have. And let's see. What other? Let's go on here to. So what other parts would you like to show us? Someone was asking about what was. Let me see if I can go back here. I think Len Holt or one of these guys wanted to know about a specific part. Okay, let me see if I can go back. I'm gonna try to see if I can find it. Okay, ask the questions because it's gone. It's gone like too far here for me to find it. But so if you ask us about any other specific parts that you see. This just chat is just scrolling up here pretty fast. So
you were looking for Len Holt's comment.
Yeah.
He asked you if you ever seen Bigfoot.
Oh, is that what he was asking?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's one of the questions. I mean, he might
have you ever seen my Bigfoot
and
right up where the sun don't shine? That would be my answer to you. YNH says he has the Victory charging handle and an ambi safety selector from Armaspec. So I think someone was asking about the ambi safety. You guys, do you guys have that over there?
We do.
Okay. And I think, of course, Mike is frozen, so we got to try to get him unfrozen.
Oh, he's moving again. Oh, there
we go. There's the ambi. Yeah, if you could hold that up closer to the camera there, Alex. Let me see. Why is Mike frozen on my screen? Yeah, he's frozen. Oh, there we go. Okay, so hold on. Let me go full screen on Mike. Okay, so there's the ambi. And you guys have these things in a lot of different colors, right?
We do.
Okay, so what's the details on the ambi?
So we make this in a 90-degree throw, a 45-degree throw, or a 45-90, so it'll go either way, depending on what the shooter wants. And we make them in blues, purple, silvers, ODG, black, FDE.
Okay. Very cool. Let me ask you this. This is a question that I have while we're waiting for some other questions, specifically about like safeties and things like that. What's the difference with all of the 90, the 45s? What's our differences here that we're looking at with these?
Well, your basic safety selector is a 90-degree throw.
Mm-hmm.
So we make one that is a 90, which will replicate that people are used to.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no learning of any new mechanics. And then we have one that's called a 45 degree, so it takes less of a travel to disengage or re-engage the safety.
Okay.
And then our 45-90, the center core is reversible, so you can set it up in either configuration you want.
Okay.
Which is nice for dealers. They don't have to carry two; they can carry one product that'll go either way.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So if you're like a super operator and you just you don't want your thumb to have to go that far, you get the 45. This is what I'm.
Yeah, and people
okay.
with smaller hands seem to like them because it's less of a reach for them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, interesting.
I never thought of that.
Yeah.
And then the throws, so it has one short lever, one long lever, and you can switch them out to either side you want.
Mm-hmm.
So, if a customer wants one with two long levers, all you got to do is order one, put it in the comments, and we'll custom build one with two short levers or two long levers if he wants.
Yeah. Someone wants
no
to see
additional price.
Yeah, someone wants to see a link. I'll give you guys the link to the overall Armaspec. Lola's not here, so Lola would normally throw up links and stuff like that out there. But Lola's running around doing errands. So, what's this question? DCG44s wants to know: is it steel or aluminum, or aluminum, depending on how you say it?
Both.
So, all of our cores are blackened stainless steel.
Okay.
The levers themselves are aluminum.
Okay.
Everything is machined in-house, 100% U.S. made with a lifetime warranty.
Okay, awesome. Do you know what the what's the price of the ambis?
The ambis run anywhere from $39.99 to $45, $40 to $45, depending on the configuration.
All right, very cool.
The 90 and the 45 are 40, and then the 45-90 is $45.
All right, interesting. Flying Rich gave us a super chat. He says, I've seen Bigfoot. He was riding the Loch Ness Monster while shooting an AK-50. Two of these things are real. One is a figment of the imagination. I'm going to assume Flying Rich is the figment of my imagination and move on from that one. Okay, but that was funny, though. It was funny. Okay. Yeah, so now let me ask you this. Like, let's say you have, I don't know, like a binary trigger or something like that installed, but you don't like the color of the safety. Can you change those out, or you have to go with what comes with those triggers, or does it depend on which trigger?
I know. Only one I'm familiar with personally is the Franklin Armory, and it comes with a proprietary selector. So most of the binaries, my understanding, have proprietary safety selectors. So you can't really do anything with them.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you can't.
Walther,
that's
you
not a
familiar
place.
with that too?
No, but it kind of makes sense. A little bit of liability issues could go along with that.
Yeah. That is correct.
Yeah, liability would be a thing, but then I was like we were talking about the throw. How does that affect the throw, right? Because the binaries have safety, and then they have regular semi-automatic, and then they have the binary mode. So that would be a completely different throw. I'm taking it, right?
Those are correct. They're not interchangeable.
Okay. All right. So there you go. Just in case anyone was wondering, I found that out the hard way. So I do stupid things, so you guys don't have to. Let's see here. What other? Len Holt wants to know if is Superlight just the name for lower parts kits, or are they lighter?
They are lighter. They actually have the takedown pivot pins. They are aluminum, made out of 7075 T6.
Mm-hmm.
And so they are lighter than the steel version.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Okay. And just to go back to a question here, I knew these guys would have lots of questions. This is why I thought it would be cool to have you guys come on. Jimway Jam wants to know, and I think he's going back to the buffer. He wants to know if that works with the Law Tactical folder.
It does not at the moment.
Yeah. I'm going to assume, because the Law, doesn't the Law Tactical have its own?
They do, I mean, there are some modifications out there. I have seen the spring modified to work in a Law Tactical.
Oh, you have?
So
okay.
It's possible to do that. It's just we do not have a out of box option.
Right, and you probably also void your warranty.
The bolt extension on the Law folder is solid, so there's nowhere for the rod to go.
Mm-hmm.
So there is some aftermarket bolt extensions. Actually, we will be releasing one not this year, this coming year.
Okay, all right. And one of the things I found out from hanging out with these guys, by the way, they have a bunch of parts, the designs and things like that aren't even out. Right? You guys are always coming up with new cool things. Right? I'm sure
Correct.
The question is actually getting those out there manufactured, make packaging, marketing, all that kind of stuff gets a little,
Yeah, we're pretty much reached capacity in this location. That's why we're building the new facility in New Mexico. So hopefully first quarter of next year we'll have a lot more.
Okay, so you have production facility in San Francisco, but you're building more stuff.
It's right outside of, right across the street from San Francisco International Airport.
Oh, okay, yeah, but all the new stuff is going on in New Mexico.
That is correct. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys already have a factory there. How many employees do you have out there already, or can you talk about that?
Yeah, we started about a year and a half ago. We have maybe 10 people there now.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So how big of a facility, of a new facility, are you building?
We have a new facility. That's the first building is 16,000 square feet with a 2,000 square foot loft area for office space. So 18,000 square feet.
Oh, okay. Okay. And
it's actually in a kind of campus style, so we have several buildings to be going up there.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So when is that going to be? When is the construction going to be done on that?
Mike, what do you think?
It's one of those
I am hoping that we'll be able to. We've got new machinery ordered to be delivered for our new facility. I'm hoping that we have those under the roof by the end of the year.
Oh, okay.
So we will have a core. We won't have a functionable facility yet, but I'm saying probably by end of January we'll have a functioning facility, and then we'll be looking at shutting down our Burlingame facility and moving all the equipment here to Moriarty, New Mexico.
Oh, interesting. So exactly how many CNC machines are you guys planning on putting there, and what kind of staffing are you planning on doing? What kind of how much are you upping production? Yeah. If we can ask, I don't know if that's something you guys don't want to talk about.
Yeah, we have 17 CNCs that are going in there, 3 robotic cells, and we're working on additional robotic cells right now, but that'll be probably more towards the middle of the year.
Okay, cool.
What's
the robotic cells? What is that?
To help automate, so we can do a 24/7. Right now we run 6:30 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. So we have 2 shifts. 5 days a week. We are looking to go to a 24/7 operation.
So there's robotic cells that can go onto the CNC machines?
That's correct.
So that's just basically like taking apart, flipping it, or
it does basically. It does up 1, up 2, loads the machines so you can load them up and have them run 24, 48 hours unattended. Well, they're still attended, but
yeah, but you don't have to have like a person there.
Correct. You don't have to have an operator
putting that
loading.
blank in, then flipping it, or doing any of the other like 3-dimensional moves on it, right? Interesting. Okay, that sounds like fun. I like the idea of how all of how people actually make stuff.
Yeah. And our growth potential here, Hank, is limitless. We've got enough property here to, if we run out of property here, we are doing some major numbers because we've got enough property to probably put another 12 to 15 more buildings up if we have to.
Wow. Okay.
Well,
what are you thinking, Walt?
That's the difference between CA and San Francisco. Is effing nutty prices for real estate.
Yeah.
And if you move into a small town anywhere outside of the major metropolitan areas, you can do exactly what they're talking about.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm sure the people of that area. What part of New Mexico are you in?
We're about 30 miles east of Albuquerque.
Albuquerque. Okay.
Right on I-40.
Okay.
Yep.
We have got great. You'll be able to see our facility from I-40 when you're driving to SHOT Show every year.
Yeah, I think I drove through that area before. I think I drove through that area when we did the ballistic summit.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I gotta drive back down there and visit you guys. And see what's going on there. I want to see the robots. Let's see. But yes, I agree with what Walter is saying that, just getting out of San Francisco, for example, could make a difference.
For a while, yeah. It's I want to get.
Well, there is no real estate options in that area. There aren't none. I mean, not affordable, because they don't let you build anything.
No, those places are all and then a lot of places like that's old money, right? So people, like families that have been there for a long time and they own those properties and stuff like that, and they'll never sell it. You can always only like lease it or something from them. And they set the prices. That's how a lot of places like that go. Even here in Gainesville, it's kind of like an old town. And the University of Florida owns a lot of this stuff around here. I think probably somewhere between 60 and 70%. And a lot of the other stuff is owned by just a couple of families, own everything else.
Wow.
And all you can do is lease from them. No one's selling. Yeah. So, but that's good though. I'm sure that's a good thing for the people in New Mexico. You're creating some jobs, building stuff out there, bringing money. It's probably, for, I don't know what's happening, whether or not you have like staff moving out of California to New Mexico or whatever, but that does bring if you can move out somewhere that it's cheaper to live and then have a built-in job there as well, it makes a lot of stuff better all around, right?
Absolutely. I mean, they'll have the option to move. We don't know, obviously, who will. Well,
yeah. Let me see. Let me just get this one thing in from Crypto Vital. Crypto Vital says, I have one complaint about the MB selector on the Franklin binary. It gets really loose, even if I red Loctite it. You know what? When we have the Franklin Armory guys on, if you're here, Crypto Vital, remind me of that, and we will bring that up, and we will smack them around with that. Real good. And, the Franklin Armory guys, I'm cool with them. They sponsor the podcast, so we could beat them up a little bit when they're here. Let's see.
Constructive criticism.
Yeah. But I am working on getting them to come in. So, Skivvy Waver wants to know if you guys said Mexico or New Mexico. Come on now.
It's the New Mexico.
It's New Mexico. It's New Mexico.
Albuquerque area.
Yeah. Let's see what other. I'm trying to see if there's any other questions.
Hank, I see a question that somebody wants to know about our Rifter linear muzzle brake there.
Yeah, the Rifter. Okay, the Rifter. Let me see. Do you have the Rifter?
I'll tell you what. I'll show it. Alex will explain it. Okay.
Okay.
So
I might even have one here. Hold on.
Okay.
Got one
Yeah,
now?
go ahead, Mike. Show it out. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. So hold that up a little bit. There we go. Okay. So this is a two-parter, right? Okay.
Correct. It's got a blast shield. It's basically a channeling system designed to deal with some of the muzzle. Basically functions as a muzzle brake, but
Cool.
without all the blast going everywhere. So you have a forward muzzle blast as opposed to a sideways muzzle blaster. If in a
Okay.
close quarter situation, it really functions quite nicely while still being a functional muzzle brake.
Okay.
Because a lot of times with a linear muzzle brake, you get a lot of pressure backwards. What happens is you've got all that pressure going forward. You've got that pullback. Now you've kind of lost the functionality of brake.
Mm-hmm.
With this, what it does is because of the channeling. I don't know if you can see the channeling system. Let me see if I can.
I saw.
Yeah.
Mike, can you maybe flip it upside down, kind of see it backwards?
Yeah. Let's go.
See if
I'm
you can
I'm
see the
in.
channeling
I'm
on that.
yeah. I'm just on mic right now. If you want to show it again, Mike.
Mike? Yeah.
Yep, I'm bringing it up right now. So if you look at it here,
No, the other way. Yeah. That's actually a step chamber. If you
Oh.
put the cover over it, the shield over it, you can kind of see how it functions a little bit better. No, not over it, Mike. The opposite way. Shoot. Let me see if I have one here. No, the other way. Just back up. Let me see if I have one.
Okay.
oh, you want me to reverse it?
I want you to reverse it, yeah, so you can kind of see the channeling of how the functionality works. What it does is designed to have the gases kind of blast into each other,
Okay.
dissipating.
Oh, I see.
within the shield.
Okay. It's kind of like vectoring.
Yeah, you
It's
can kind of see it
yeah,
a little bit
okay.
over there, yeah.
Yeah. Just hold it up a little bit, Mike. A little higher. There you go. So yeah. So there's channels cutting across each other almost.
Correct.
Okay. So the gases are going in there, moving around each other.
Dissipate, yeah.
Okay. So what's the effect that has there, Alex?
So what it does, it dissipates the pressure without having it going forward. So
Mhm.
it dissipates within the actual muzzle brake,
Mm-hmm.
within the brake itself.
Okay.
Now, it's still an effective muzzle brake without the shield on it, but
Okay.
now you have gases going everywhere, as you do normally with a standard muzzle brake.
Okay. So my understanding is you can use this in two different ways. You could use it just as a muzzle brake, then you could put the shield on, and then you can use it, and then it function. When you put the shield on, it functions more like what when you do that? More like a flash hider, or someone says a small suppressor-ish. That's always dangerous language.
It's not a suppressor. It's designed to move the sound forward as opposed towards the shooter or away from the shooter, but doesn't actually decrease the sound itself.
Okay.
It also has ports on top.
Yeah. So Mike is showing that
On the
right now.
rise, yeah.
So with the shield on, there's ports there. So even without the shield, does that line up with the ports? Is that what's going on there?
Yes,
So you have venting.
correct.
Okay. All right. So what's the cost of that?
Costing this is retail price is $189.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And that's with the shield and the muzzle brake.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Let me correct myself. That's $159 on that.
Okay. 159. Okay. All right. So, what are the questions that you guys have on that? Or Walter, do you have any comments on that? You ever seen anything like that?
No, I haven't seen that. That's different. That's different for sure. Yep.
Okay.
So what
I
it
thought the
does a
same
lot
thing.
of the times when it's fully assembled, it is not reducing the sound at all. We're redirecting the sound. The sound is, we've got the ports to help reduce the muzzle rise, but we're controlling the gas flow going out the front, so we're redirecting it forward away from the shooters. So if you're on a stacked team or if you're on a range with people next to you, you don't get that big concussion that people are used to when you see somebody that has a muzzle brake or something on the front of their firearm.
Yeah, so the shooter themselves might be fine and not, but anyone to the left or right of them, I mean, that concussion is usually pretty bad on a muzzle brake.
Correct. This directs it forward away from the shooters.
Okay.
So, like I said, if you're on a stacked team, you want that going away downrange versus right or left of you.
Yeah. Len Holt says, if on a range, you won't make your neighbors hate you with that shield.
Exactly.
So what thread pitches do you have that in? Or like what guns, barrels, guns can we put that on?
Mike, I'm not sure what pitch we have available on that.
So right now we have it a standard half 28 for the AR-15s, 223s. The next one we're going to be releasing is for the 9mm because it'll be the same thread pitch.
Same pitch,
and
yeah.
then we're going to do it for the AR-30 cals, which will be 5/8. What is it? 24, I believe it is.
24.
Yes. So right now, like everybody else in the industry, we are so busy trying to keep up with the orders because of the high demand for everybody's products. We don't have time to retool over for the other ones, but we will be doing a 9 and a 30 cal.
Okay, cool. Jeff Stevens wants to know: does it push gases into the action? So are those is everything going? I know you said the sound's going forward. Are those gases going forward, backwards, both directions?
So what he's asking if it's creating a back pressure effect. We haven't found that to happen.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to see. I don't even. So how would you? I'm just trying to think in my brain. How would you demonstrate this, or the difference over this and your typical, let's say, muzzle device, visually, right?
We've got some slow motion video that we've done, and we've got some smoke testing that we've done to show how it redirects the gas and how it affects the muzzle rise. It really creates a straight pushback on the firearm more than a rise.
Oh, okay. All right.
And we've done some testing in prone positions as well with a lot of dust to kind of show the benefits of having this brake.
Okay. Let me see. I'm just looking up something. Someone's saying here that there's a bump stock case that was dismissed. So I don't know. I do actually see some of that going on out here. So let me see. We could take a little. Let me see. This is from the Houston Chronicle. So we could throw that up there. Just real quick, we'll sidetrack here for a second. First bump stock prosecution under Trump edict backfires in Houston. So that's man, this thing. Let's see, how can I get rid of that? I hate these pop-ups that keep coming up. Okay. Let me see if I can pull it up on the news and talk about that. Okay, that's interesting. I hope more of those cases get kicked out personally. Right? That's what I would like to see with all those all that nonsense that's out there. And it says the first case testing a Trump administration edict allowing bump stocks failed during a brief federal bench trial Tuesday in Houston. A federal prosecutor withdrew the unique charge before the trial began for a Houston man accused of owning the device. However, the defense was prepared to call an ATF expert to testify that bump stocks attachments that cause a rifle to fire more rapidly do not render a semi-automatic gun a machine gun. So I think that's good stuff going on there, right? I think that was a bad move for them to make bump stocks into machine guns and all that kind of nonsense. I hope you see more of that. Any comments, Walter?
It's all good. It's what the legal stuff, presidents or whatever the hell they call it. Each case that goes your way. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. So that's good stuff. Yeah. Well, I mean, look. If you take a bump stock, put it in your hand, squeeze the trigger, and hold it. What happens?
It doesn't do. Yeah.
Well, boom.
I hardly ever got bump stocks to work. I'll be honest with you guys. And so I wasn't a fan of them, but I don't believe that they should be made into machine guns, and people should catch felonies and prison time and have to pay massive fines over having a piece of plastic.
And the government wasting time. We have so many other criminals and child molesters and everything else out there that they let go half the time, and now we're chasing people with plastic stocks. Come on.
Yeah, it's a little bit ridiculous. All right, so we'll go back here to the.
That's good fun stuff. Yeah,
no, that's good news. That's definitely good news. I would like to see more of that stuff happen. I would just like to remind everyone, no matter what happens with the elections and all that, we have to keep fighting. Right now we've got this thing going on in Georgia with the U.S. Senate runoff that's happening, and if if we could get both of those seats to be Republican, we could definitely strategize some blocking situations going on up there. So yeah, let's see. Dot says, can any of these be converted to 10 millimeter, or are you guys planning on doing anything? And what's the 10 millimeter thread pitch? I guess there's probably some 10 millimeter barrels out there. I don't know. Yeah.
Alex, you want to take that?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure what.
The 10 is the same. Would be the same as the 40 cal. It is probably the least of the most popular of the PCCs out there right now.
Mm-hmm.
If we do, it's not a high priority for us.
Yeah.
Okay. And Jeff Stevens wants to know if you guys will do custom orders. I need one for 458 SOCOM, he says.
We actually have one.
Oh, you do?
The big board. Yes, sir.
Oh, really? Oh, cool. There you go,
That's on
Jeff.
our recoil system.
Oh, okay.
We don't have a brake yet for it, but we have a recoil system.
Oh, you have a
big
recoil
board.
system. Okay. So are you you could make a brake for it then?
That's correct.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Let's see what else. Okay, do you want to go on to another part? I know you guys have a bunch of parts here. The folks, if the people out there are enjoying it, Dot says he's talking about that for a CCMG AR-15 and 10 millimeter. So, so I know this pistol caliber carbine's going to that. Okay, we're talking stocks, Walt. Boom. All right. So what is this?
Alex, you want to talk about it?
Sure, it's our XPDW stock. It's designed to clamp right onto your standard mil-spec buffer tube. It's got, I think, a five position stock. It's got a rapid deployment option on it, so you can pop it out. It's good stock.
Okay, so this is not a brace or anything like that. This is an actual stock.
Yeah.
Okay, and it goes on a regular buffer tube. Does that change the length and all that kind of stuff? Or
It's designed to function as a PDW stock, but still give you the ability to put in a standard.
Okay. Yeah. So it doesn't change any legalities for anything. You can just have a PD. Oh, okay. Very cool. And what's the cost of that?
I believe it's $189.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah. Like I said, all of this stuff is on the Armaspec website if you guys are looking. So the
unique, what a really nice feature though of it, Hank, is it's got, see this one screw right here?
Mm-hmm.
You take your old stock off, leaving your buffer tube on, back this screw out, slide it on, tighten that screw, and you're done. That's it. It's that simple to put it on.
Okay.
You don't need to take your buffer tube off, remove the castle nut, receiver plate. I mean, literally, I can have a standard 6 position stocks, slide it off, slide this on, tighten it up, and it's done.
Okay, so it's relatively quick and easy. You don't have to come up with any kind of special buffer tubes or anything, right?
Correct.
Nothing.
Awesome. Let's see. Night Train wants to know. He says he hasn't checked the website. Does Armaspec manufacture side folders?
We do not.
Yeah. So, how many different side folders are there out there for ARs, really? 2? 3?
Side folders that, well, none of them function with it folded.
Yeah.
I'm not being negative or anything.
I mean, there is weren't we talking about it? There's the Law Tactical side folder.
There's the one joint, the joint that makes it all happen. The hinge, but I don't know how. There's really not that many out there that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I mean, it's not easy to make that. How do you make that function on a direct impingement?
Yeah, you gotta hold the spring and buffer in the back of the stock. You gotta have that cap to fold it. So yeah. It's not an easy thing to do, and it's not an inexpensive thing to do. Mm-hmm. Those hinges, if I'm not mistaken, run $180 or something like that. So
yeah, and I like the law. I like the folder. There's a couple things, right? I think at least the first one you can only shoot one time. I don't know if they have new ones out that you could. I don't think I'm trying to remember if I've tested any of those, because typically you could shoot it one time folded, then you have to unfold it before you shoot it, right?
In the folded condition, it will lock the bolt closed. It won't allow the bolt to retract back because there's no place for it to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Law Tactical doesn't recommend that you shoot it in that configuration. They recommend that you extend the stock, close it up, and then fire it, allowing the bolt to travel.
Yeah, I think the PDW, if you want to somehow get that down to a smaller package or whatever, and to be honest, a lot of people went to the pistols. If you're really trying to tuck it into somewhere, right?
I think Deadfoot Arms makes one that can be shot in a folded position.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not familiar with any others.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't fold as close to the to the receiver. It folds further out. And they have a real short little buffer in there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's almost something like that thing that you have, Walt. Like that.
Yeah,
little
we make a shortened buffer in spring, but not that short. So.
Yeah. So I think a lot of these things, like now you see there's some piston guns out there. I think that's the beauty of that, right? Just like an AK, you can get a bunch of different folding things on it. So, and then you've got those things that have like a Picatinny in the back. That gives you some of those options. Do you guys make anything like there's some Picatinny attachments for the back part that you can do to a regular. You could do to a regular lower, and you can make that buffer tube area have a Picatinny thing. Do you know what I'm talking about? So if you want to attach like side folding stocks and things like that. For example, I've seen people do that with the BRN 180 if they don't have the specific BRN 180 lower to go along with that has a Picatinny on the back part of it. Do you see what I'm saying? So for example, this is a toy, like. You could put a Picatinny back here on the lower. Is what I'm talking about. Yeah. I think I've only
the CZ and the SIGs have.
Yeah, yes. but you could adapt a regular AR lower to that. I think I've seen one place that does it. I don't know if anyone else does that. So.
There's probably a couple out there that do it. You have to have a upper with the whole gas system, spring recoil system that doesn't use the buffer like an AR does. So, and there's not the BRN 180. There's a couple of them out there, a few of them. So,
I think we'll get some more. I think we can look forward to seeing a couple more of those. The Jackal from Palmetto State Armory. Whenever that comes out, I think that's going to be sometime next year, probably.
Yeah.
So Tango Hunter says, Walt, good-looking lower receivers you got ready on your website is shipping flat rate. So yeah, Walter, you've got some Safety Harbor receivers out there.
Yep. We got back from the anodizers the other day. Got them up on the website.
So
today.
on one side, it's got the Safety Harbor logo.
Correct.
There you go. Angle it. Yes. There you go.
All the stuff you have to have legally.
Right.
And then on the other side, we have some that have.
See if you can angle that. That has like a Civis Passum kind of thing on it. Very cool. So you're selling that, Walt?
The Civis Passum ones?
Yes.
Yeah, we will be. I only have like 5 of them. We didn't do that many in this first batch just because I didn't know what the response would be.
Oh, okay.
And then, of course, what do we do?
Oh, look at that. There's a Hank Strange one. Yeah, you need to take a picture of that.
Whistled at here. Hang on a second. What do you... Yes, sir.
Plain ones are $85. Those are going to be more. I haven't priced those out.
Okay.
Yes,
the Civis Passum ones will be a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, let's take a look at that one. Oh, that's good looking. Yeah. I have a feeling this will be the most popular one, the Hank Strange one.
Of course.
Yeah.
What else? What else?
Yeah.
We have a laser in the shop, so we used to mark everything with a milling machine, but it just takes too much time. So now we're using a laser to mark stuff, and it's not tremendously much faster, but it frees up the milling machine to do more important stuff than to make little numbers and little logos and stuff. So
yeah. So what I thought I heard Peggy, the boss lady there, say is that the regular Safety Harbor ones would be around 85, and there'll be an additional charge for these custom ones that have Civis Passum on it, or the
and
Strange logo.
Yeah, they will be. It won't be crazy expensive though. So
okay, yeah. So we'll get that worked out for people who are interested in that. You know, if you're interested, Walter's still trying to figure out whether you guys are interested or not. I thought we settled that already.
Well, okay, if 15 people on a blog are interested, and I make 100 of them, and I look at them for 5 or 6, I can sell anything AR now. It doesn't matter what you put on it.
True.
Somebody will buy it.
Understood.
I mean, to be quite honest, I don't mean to be like, I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I could put anything on this and paint it pink, and somebody would buy it.
Yeah, it's no bragging. Biden's doing all the work for you.
Well, Obama did it before, and then we had a little pause.
Yeah.
We had a little pause.
Right.
And then, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like that kind of business. That's not the way to run a business. So.
Absolutely. No, I understand. We'll get it worked out. We'll let everyone know. And so you could probably pick up a Hank Strange lower or Safety Harbor lower there. Does Armaspec have a complete lower parts kit?
We do.
We have a parts kit less fire control group.
Okay, less the fire control. Okay. So you guys aren't making triggers right now. You're not doing triggers yet.
Not yet.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Do you have one of the? Do you have a sample parts kit there?
I do.
Let's throw that up and show the people. Boom. There you go. So that's. I like the packaging that you guys have. Very nice and neat packaging. Very cool. So, and then I see this is like a dark red. It looks like, right?
Correct. It's a more of a red. It's hard to tell in the packaging and stuff because it gives a little shine to it. But all the lower parts kits have a 45-90 safety selector, so you don't have to worry about if you want a 90 or 45. It'll go either way.
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. What does that parts kit run for?
That part kit runs. That is the lightweight parts kit. And excuse me 1 minute. I don't want to misquote you guys. That one is $69.99, $70.
Okay. Just out of
a lot of value there.
Yeah, just out of curiosity, what's the most popular thing on the that you guys are selling? Everything's getting sold on the website, or can we find these? Can we find Armaspec in stores?
Yes. Yeah, we do. You can get them through your local dealer. You can get them. Dealers can get them through our distribution network, or the customer can order direct from us.
All right. Very cool. Yeah. And what kind of different colors do you guys have? What's the color range here? Can you do any color? Is that like some kind? Is this color become an issue when you're anodizing it?
Okay.
So, for example, here's our silver.
Okay. Cool. Silver, blue. That's a nice blue. Purple. That's a royal color. Purple.
OD green.
OD green, yeah, OD green. I like that. I like muted colors.
The black, of course, you gotta have black.
Yeah. Black is beautiful.
Yeah, the black and the red are our two most popular colors.
Yeah, that looks like FDE.
It is.
FDE.
Yeah. Okay. Very cool. Do you have any Dictator gold?
We used to carry a gold. Gold is a very hard color to have consistently anodized.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So it was a problem child.
Yeah, I've heard that so many times. Even there's some companies. Walter, what's the name of that company? We had them here on the show that they can dip your guns in gold.
M something or M.
Not M Carbo.
No.
It was M something.
Oh,
WMD.
WMD.
Yeah, WMD. Those guys will dip guns in gold. They said that is the most pain in the butt process.
Well, because the prep in that, it has to be perfect. Because if it isn't perfect, it won't come out right. So, yeah.
Yeah. they spend a lot of time redoing it. You know, to redo the prep and do all kinds of different things. So dictator guns might look like, oh, that's no big deal. I could just rattle can and make a dictator gun. Okay. Yeah.
Rattle
now
can.
I want one. I'm not. No. All kidding aside, I want a dictator firearm of some sort. I just got to figure out. Should I do an AK? You know, what exactly do you dictatorize? You know, tell me some stuff. Like, I'm gonna let you guys right now. I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna start with Walter. What gun would you make? What, and what I mean by dictator, it's all gold plated. What gun? Yeah. What would be your gun if you had to do that?
Oh, it's got to be an AK. That's gotta be an AK.
A specific AK or?
Just a AK. You know, because that's what all the dictator types have done in the past. So yeah, AK.
Yeah, Florida Gun says, damn, so much for gold plating my high point. That would be awesome. I think that would be awesome. Why not? Do it.
Yeah. Speaking of high point, no, never mind.
No, don't do it, Walt. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
No, don't do it. Yeah, okay, so Walt says AK. Mike, what would you gold plate?
I think I'd go with the 1919.
1919?
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever seen one gold plated.
That would be cool.
Yeah, let me see. Gold plated 19.
And I have one Hank.
You have a 1919? Yes.
That's gonna be a lot of gold, Mike.
Let me see. Gold plated 1919. I don't know. Yeah, it is gonna be big. Yeah, let me see. 1919 gold.
YNH in the chat was saying Desert Eagle. I've seen that before.
I have. Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah.
No. When I'm looking at pictures, I don't see it. I see Tommy guns gold plated. What would you gold plate, Alex?
I'd say probably 1911.
A 1911.
Oh, you guys so small, little big.
Nice safe choice.
Yeah, little big guns.
It's all right.
Let's do like a Dragunov or something.
Oh,
you know?
boy.
Like
you know what? If you want a crazy,
really got the AK there, so
yeah,
super tacky, you know.
Yeah. How about get an old school? I'll go with an old school flamethrower. Walt, don't you have one of those old school flamethrowers?
I don't have a real one. No, I have a one. No.
Yeah. I would get one of those old school like Vietnam era flamethrowers, like the pack and everything, and gold plate that bad boy.
That would be
wow.
That would be most impressive. Yes.
I don't know if we could actually. I don't know if that will ever be done, but I think it would be cool. Yeah.
42 Chill says in the chat, minigun.
Minigun, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. AK, like in the movie about gun running. Yeah, we've seen gold-plated AKs in a lot of things. I think Saddam Hussein had a gold-plated AK when they finally caught up to him. Right?
From what I just read, I just saw something about that. He personally didn't do them for himself. He gave them away.
Okay.
He gave them away as gifts. Yeah, he wasn't. I don't think he was personally into the gold bling thing. So,
okay.
That's what I read.
I believe he was running a short-barreled AK, wasn't he?
Was he?
Oh,
did
crank?
He have a crank?
I don't know if Saddam had a crank. That was the favorite one of.
Osama
bin Laden.
Osama, yeah. A lot of those guys like cranks. That was I was gonna at first say I would go play the crank, but then everyone I was like, okay, let's go crazy because Alex was just gonna do a 1911.
It's safe.
Yeah.
Nice.
Usable. But it would look nice. Like if you have a 1911 with some nice wood grips, some nice expensive like burled wood grips, and then it's all gold plated, that's probably nice.
I don't know, man. I want some solid silver grips, polished up.
Solid silver?
Solid silver, all polished up nice, and then have the gold gun.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure you leave that solid silver out in the sun, it's going to be hot. But,
anything out in Florida sun.
Yeah,
New Mexico sun. Yeah.
Yeah. Dot says gold-plated pair of 1911s. That's always nice. Nice double holster, I guess.
Florida Guns is saying titanium nitride, which is like what they put on tooling, and it's a lot more durable than
Does it look like gold?
And a lot less money to do it too.
Right,
it looks like gold. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Huh. We gotta think about that. Okay, let's see. We should probably get back. Let's get back over here and talk about some Armaspec stuff. I think I was asking you guys what's the most popular thing on Armaspec.
So we have a lot of products that are popular, so especially this time of year. Everything sells, but our stock, our charging handles, our recoil systems, our parts kits. Gosh, a lot of things are popular.
Yeah, so lots of so these charging handles, like Mike is showing on right now, the big beefy, what they call ambi charging handles, right? Those are very popular. What's yours called?
It's the Victory charging handle.
Okay, Armaspec Victory. Okay.
It's got gas ports actually on the front that allow gases to go down towards the back side of it.
Okay, very nice.
Reroutes it, on the back.
Okay. Okay, so you've got less gas face.
Correct.
Okay. And it looks like it has a lot of flex in it. Yeah.
Yep.
So what is that, hinged or?
It is hinged.
Okay.
It's got two oversized stainless roll pins. I think they're rated at like 800 pounds. So, sheer strength.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay, I see that. That's cool. What is that? What does that go for?
That retails like $65.
65. Okay. Florida Gun says if you could gold plate a Zip 22, it would be glorious. You guys know the Zip 22? That's an awesome bullpup. I was gonna say bullpup, but I would have to gold plate like an old school bullpup, like one of those British bullpups or something.
I think you're gonna have to rattle can the Zip 22. You're gonna have to give it the ghetto gold plated thing.
And then me and Glenn says people who own gold plated guns don't intend on using them. I've seen some gold plated guns. When at SHOT Show, if you go to Battlefield Vegas, or if you're in Las Vegas, you go to Battlefield Vegas, they've got a couple of gold-plated guns that you could actually rent and shoot. Including I've seen a gold-plated AK there, huh?
Lola's in the chat.
Oh yeah, looks like Lola. Lola, I think is back. I think I heard her out there. She's back in the building. Lola's been just hanging out, shopping or something like that this whole time, while I've been working hard, suffering over here. Getting the real work done. Okay, so let's see. Are there any other questions? I think Armaspec has a lot of cool stuff. Obviously it would take we could go the whole show and talk about this. I don't know if these guys necessarily want to do that, or if you guys are looking at the website, you have questions on things you want to get into. So you can definitely ask us and we'll get into that. Okay, let's see. So go ahead, Mike.
So Hank, what we're going in a new direction with Armaspec too.
Okay.
Is we're getting into more of the handgun market.
Okay.
And this is one of our first products right here.
And what is that thing?
Recoil spring guide rod.
Correct, for the Glocks.
For a Glock. Okay. Okay.
That was a good guess.
Yeah. So what does that do? Okay. Yeah, I see it now. So what does that add to the? What does that add to the Glock? What does it change?
And I'm gonna be honest with you, like most of the parts that you put on your Glocks, it makes it pretty.
Okay.
It does function. It replaces that polymer. Some of them have a polymer guide rod. This is a stainless steel fluted guide rod. Mm-hmm. We have different colored caps and an aluminum cap. But for the most part, it's like most of the stuff we do it because it adds bling to your firearm and makes it look nice, makes it unique. Exactly. So you can make these firearms your own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what is, if you change that part on the Glock is polymer, there is no effect if you change that to something like this?
You get a little bit more weight in the front. I think that'll be slight benefit there. Okay. I mean, we have a multi-stage recoil system for the Glock that's coming out for the handgun market that we're planning on releasing at SHOT Show, but we're going to be delaying that release until for probably another quarter.
Okay.
Or just
What?
At this point, we're just so busy, we don't have the time to
Yeah.
keep products out.
Yeah. What do you guys think about everything with SHOT Show being canceled? Any opinions on this? While we're here, were you guys happy that SHOT Show? I'm pretty sure there's some. You could tell us. I guarantee you, there's some manufacturers like, I'm so happy this thing got canceled. We don't have to do this.
Right here.
It would have
Right
been nice
here.
to see everybody, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the circle bar is fun at the Venetian, but yeah, I mean, we were so busy that we had no time to even deal with SHOT Show this year.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was already rushed to begin with. So when they announced the cancellation, it was. I would have liked to see it, but it is what it is.
Yeah. I think it's probably a better thing for a lot of manufacturers, like, as Walter was saying, I think with everything, and you were also saying that too, Alex, with everything going on, it's so busy and people are just trying to pump things out. You would have to like shut down production, go to SHOT Show, deal with all the even if they did it, there's going to be ridiculous restrictions and all that kind of stuff going on. This is probably a good opportunity to get caught up on some of that work. And then, we've got this thing called the internet. We can still do stuff to get things out there. If you want people to know that stuff exists. The people that might suffer the most is the NSSF if people realize they don't actually need them.
The people that suffer the most are the people working the restaurants and the bars and the hotels. That's who suffers the most.
Oh, yeah.
National Shooting Sports Foundation, mostly a bunch of suits. So they'll survive.
Yeah.
They'll get along.
Yeah. Well, the folks who the people in the hotel and the convention industry, that's all happening because these people are the states that they live in, the people are insisting on shutting everything down.
And most of the states are run by
liberals. What do you want to say? Liberals, Democrats. Yeah. So
what happens in a state where you mentioned the circle bar.
Thing for me is none of that is going to stop. None of that is going to stop the spread of stuff. I'll be honest with you. People are going to get sick. It's flu season. Stuff's going to get out there.
I don't want to go to the SHOT Show wearing a mask, trying to talk to people. You want to go to the circle bar wearing a mask? Come on. Yeah. How are you supposed to do that? I mean, it's like you can't converse with people in a normal fashion. It's like, no. I mean, I'm going to spend all that money for the hotel room and the food and everything else. Half the people aren't going to go because they're scared. The spectators, the people that come in. How are they going to manage that crowd in the morning with everybody coming? How are they going to manage the crowd in the afternoon with everybody leaving? You can't. Well, you go. You can't do that kind of stuff.
That was the right decision.
Yeah.
It was going to be difficult to do business as usual. It was going to be very difficult.
Right. I mean, you got people in your booth, in front of you, back you, behind you, talking. Everybody looking at stuff, touching stuff. Come on. You wear the mask, and everybody. You know how you get sick at the SHOT Show? You don't get sick from people being next to you talking. You get sick from touching the same stuff they touch.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, touching things.
Physical contact. And you're not going to do just because they touch. What, are you going to disinfect a gun every time somebody touches it? Come on. No.
Well, it's no secret. Every year, people got sick from SHOT Show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's what we call the SHOT Show crud.
Yeah.
I would say 30 to half of our people usually got sick the week after SHOT Show. That's from touching the railings. You're walking through casino. That was normal. Everybody was just normal business.
A rite of passage.
Yes.
How you became a man.
I think I got the Chi-Com crud though last January though, so I didn't. It wasn't the normal crud that I got, so who knows? Maybe I've already got it.
Yeah, we never know with
but
that.
That's just part of doing business. That's part of being in the industry. That's really the camaraderie, though. I would, we all went knowing that we're going to get there's a chance you're going to get the crud because we got to see all of our friends.
There you go.
And it made you tougher.
That's right.
Made you
Anything
stronger.
makes you stronger.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't want to get too morbid here, but I mean, come on.
So do you guys think SHOT Show's ever going to happen again? Because it's falling around flu season.
Will.
You think these guys are going to magically clear all this stuff up, or are we all going to be forced to take coronavirus vaccines?
My personal opinion, there's no different than any other year. This is just the political hype that people are driving to push an agenda, and I really don't think there's an issue, to tell you the truth. That's just my personal opinion.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason there's more cases because there's more testing.
Mm-hmm.
There's not more people sick. You don't see people lined up outside of hospitals to get in. I don't believe half the bullshit they're saying anyways, because I think it's like you said, it's just to drive an agenda. So.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of it has to.
How you stop Corona is you get the media to stop talking about it.
Yeah. Boom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're not going to.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Walt.
They're not going to stop talking about it because their buddies are all in charge of things in these places where they want to lock everything down. So they're not going to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What were you going to say, Alex?
I was going to say when it's political and it's you're not going to stop something like that, especially when there's money involved. And I'm saying the classification of the COVID itself. So everybody's dying from COVID, regardless of whether it was a car accident or not, and that's the problem.
Yeah. Everyone forgets about those comorbidities.
Yeah.
Morbidities, I guess it's called. You know what was interesting? So I have a CPAP machine. Yes, I must confess, I'm guilty of that. That's just because I'm a real man and I have a big neck and a big back, like a real man should have. So therefore, I gotta rock that machine. Walt, you know all about. Well, you don't have one, but you've seen me use my thing. So today I went to the sleep machine people, right, to have a look at my machine, get it adjusted, and the doctor he told me that, he was changing the pressure, and he was like, well, the problem is I can't turn it on and test it because as part of the COVID-19 protocol, we're not allowed to turn these things on. And the reason is because it's got tubing and everything that's like going to my head and circulating and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, so what are we doing here? So this thing cannot be tested.
They're worried because you breathe in that it's got your lung inside there.
Yes, so they're not allowed to turn it on.
The whole world's gonna be infected.
It's gonna kill. Knock everyone out. Yeah.
Yeah. Go outside. Go outside and turn it on, okay? Just turn it on outside.
I was like, so what now? So these things are never gonna get turned on. How are we gonna know anything?
Someone will rob a bank with a CPAP machine.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even believe that thing should be so much regulated. That's basically is an air pump.
That's all it is.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, it's crazy talk. I was like, seriously. So I came all the way here. I'm sure I got billed. Right? I got billed. And they didn't even test the pressure on the machine because they can't turn it on. Put on a hazmat suit or something and test these things. It's really crazy, really crazy. So, Brick says just get a So Clean machine, Hank. So Clean machine. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that infomercial when I'm traveling. I think it's called So Clean that cleans up. Does anyone have one of those that has a sleep machine and does it work? Go. Let me know if it works. I'm interested in finding out.
Don't turn it on, though. You'll kill everybody.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I mean, you know what? If there is such a machine, why don't they get that machine, hook people's things up to it, and clean it, and somehow sanitize it and test the thing?
Hey, speaking of that, have you seen that gizmo that you flush your nostrils out with the water?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Isn't that stuff that come out like chemical weapon grade stuff? I mean, if you think about it, I mean, especially if you got the COVID going on, man, that's like look, I got the COVID in my hand.
Yeah. Oh boy. See, Alex, Mike, we could get way off the track here, just so you guys know.
That's all right.
This is your first time doing this.
It sounds like a power waterboarding machine.
Yeah, those clean out. Yeah, those clean out the sinuses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes in one side and it comes out the other, and you go, "Oh dear." I know.
Yeah, I had that in my brain.
Yeah.
Yeah. I once did the machine. So you ever had the it's like a big syringe that they use on your head to clean out your eardrums? You ever did that? Yeah, that's interesting. When I was a kid,
all the way through.
yeah, when I was a kid, they used that on me for some reason. I don't know if I pushed things in my ears or what I did, but it's like warm water, and then they push it into your into your eardrum, right, and it goes all the way in, and then they suck it out, and it just pulls.
Wow.
Yeah. It was. I remember that from when I was a kid, and then when they did that, all of a sudden I could hear everything. So before that, everything was a little bit muffled and all. Because, I mean, think about it. If you're a kid, you push things and people, that happens. Trust me. Brick says that he has the So Clean and it works. Boom. There you go. All right.
Well.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. And Armory Access says make sure you use distilled water. Okay. So
yeah, you want to use clean water to start with, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we got into a lot of stuff. Armaspec needs to make a tactical skull earwax
nasal
extractor.
Tactical nasal cavity cleaning device.
Just come up with a good name for it. How do you guys come up with names for your stuff?
I don't know. That's a great question.
That is very difficult. That is a very difficult thing. We were trying, example, the Rifter linear muzzle brake. That took us probably close to a week, Alex.
Yeah, same thing with the Fireball.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
What does the Rifter even mean in that then?
It's like an air. I believe it was something to do with water and air, just being turbulence.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of, we came up with the whole Rifter.
Okay.
Because it's basically creating a turbulence inside, dissipating all that gas as much as it can before it exits.
Okay. Interesting.
So that's kind of
That's the gist of it. Okay. I mean, I could totally help you guys out with the naming in the future. You can do your naming literally in 2 seconds. Everything is going to be named the Hank so-and-so.
Hank 1, Hank 2, Hank 3, Hank 4, Hank 5.
Yeah, the Hank extractor, the Hank muzzle. Just throw that on there. You're good to go.
There you go.
Yeah. And I'll let you do it. I'll let you do it at no extra cost. You're welcome.
So we're welcome to do the Hank Strain edition on everything.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely. Pixamite says, Hank, have Walt say COVID-19 3 times like a Southern preacher. Laugh out loud. I guess people like that, Walt. That's a request.
COVID-19, COVID-19, COVID-19.
Where does it come from?
Comes from that goofy evangelist
No.
guy.
Where does the COVID-19 come from?
It comes from China.
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 Yeah, China.
That is a. If there's nothing else that's the truth of all of 2020, it's where the COVID-19 came from. China.
The media won't admit that.
Oh no.
There's no election fraud. There's no COVID-19 didn't come from China. There was no hard drive that belonged to Hunter Biden. We could just keep going here.
We now have a magic vaccine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can't you see the politicians all lining up to get their shot?
Yeah. Right.
I watched
Like I said, if they all line up and we document it on video, them all getting a shot, and somebody that doesn't know them gives them the shot.
How do you know they didn't get those already? Remember that open mic scenario where the guy was like, "Oh, but we already got the vaccine." Remember?
I guess. Yeah.
The vaccine that didn't work? Is that the one you're talking about?
No, remember when there was an open mic in the briefing room or something like that, and they were talking about all this stuff and distancing, and one of the reporters was like, "Oh, it doesn't matter, we all get that." I think he says he was joking when he said that. because there's supposed to be a conspiracy theory that the muckety bucks, the uppity ups, and the Illuminati people all got a vaccine a long time ago, which obviously is not true, right? If Trump got COVID-19.
Correct.
Yeah, somehow he survived.
Because Trump is not as weak as they think, man. This is probably why they put Biden in the bunker so much, because Biden probably couldn't survive getting that way. Yeah.
He may not.
Yeah. Kamala Harris can probably survive a lot of stuff. I'm sure she's had some major stuff.
Probably
already.
has.
Yeah, we'll refrain. I don't want to give YouTube any extra reasons, but you know what we're saying.
Oh, we don't want to have hate speech, If you have hate, if you say anything about anybody, it's hate speech. So
Yeah. So people are talking about what goes in the ears. 52 Chilled said Skittles in the ears.
Oh, beans. Kids put beans in their ears.
Yeah, Lola says popcorn kernel. My kids used to put
anything.
those popcorn kernels in their ears.
We got a call one time, one of them stuck a bean in their ear, and we go to get him at school, and he shook it just right, and it fell out.
A jelly bean?
No, like a bean or something.
Oh, bean. Okay. Jeff Stevens says, I had a friend get a bug in his ear. That happened.
Oh, roaches crawl up in the ear sometimes. They find all that stuff.
It could get disgusting. Human beings, we're disgusting.
Oh, you got to go to YouTube and just type that stuff in, and you'll get all your dreams will be satisfied.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's almost like pimple popping, Go watch the pimple popping.
Lola is asking this question. She says, isn't Armaspec in California? How does the election affected their business? Are they concerned about the future of the industry? I think that's a good question that has something to do with the guns and firearms. What do you guys think about this? How is it going to affect what's going on in California for you and the rest of the industry?
It's hard to say. I mean, the industry is strong. I think we're going to find ways to get around all the bullshit. So.
Yeah, I agree.
There are plenty of modifications that can be made to work around the new law for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, you guys, California, you're short for being in business in California, anyways, correct? The plan is to be New Mexico.
We're playing in New Mexico hopefully by the middle of next year.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Did you always live in California, Alex?
Pretty much for the most part, the Bay Area.
Okay.
I was in Santa Clara. Just traveled around, but within a 45-minute.
Right. So, do you remember the olden days? Was there ever an olden days in California? Was it better than this?
It was different. I mean, where I lived, we had orchards all the way around us. So everywhere you went. So during the summer, you would go and pick fruit. Now there's nothing. Now you got Google on one side and Apple, and it's a whole different place now. Very different from before.
Yeah. How does it feel like family wise? Because I've talked to other people from companies that were based in California and that they got out. The hardest part, I think, was for the families that have grown up there and they've got so many family members and stuff like that in California that obviously are not going to leave. How does that affect that?
Yeah, pretty much. It's just hard. I mean, it's a nice place. Unfortunately, the politics here and the people who run the state aren't the brightest, in my opinion. So,
yeah, it's weird. Like you would think that there's a point where California, New York, right, some of these other states would get to a point where they go, why? Why are we doing this? These people that we're supporting are shutting us down. Even in Nevada, Nevada's kind of going in that pink direction or in a maybe even a blue direction. And where they're going is what's causing the most trouble for them. I mean, that's what we were talking about with all the people there in the hospitality business that are going to suffer from all this stuff happening. It's weird. Like we've been at SHOT Show. We were there when they were putting together that new stadium. I was there for some other shows in Las Vegas for that massive stadium that's getting put together, that the whole frickin' pitch moves or the field or whatever you call it. It's got sliding fields that come out and all kinds of craziness going on in there. Oh, that was a lot of money wasted.
Well, you know, I guess they get what they get when they put these people in office that that do what they do. How else are you going to explain it? Like for example, SHOT Show. You know how I always use this term, the union thugs moving stuff out and the union thugs moving stuff in. You know, at all those places. When one of those people are going to realize that they're the money of those unions and those unions that support the people that are putting them out of work. You know, are they going to rise up eventually, or are they just going to take it? I mean, where else are some of these people going to get a job that pays what that union job for moving stuff in and out all day pays, or putting tape down on the floor for carpet? Where are you going to get? You ain't going to get that in my neighborhood. Same kind of wage. So they got to rise up.
Yeah. Listen, from what you see in California or New York and other places, I don't think people are ever going to get that. You know, they're never gonna understand. You know, that what the people that they're supporting is what's tearing them down. So, okay, let's go on. Let's go on here to some other stuff. So I think lately everyone's been switching over to some alternative social media platforms. Right, one of the big ones is Parler. I'm guessing you guys Armaspec's on Parler.
We are. We recently set up an account on there and trying to make it work.
Okay.
It's a challenge.
Yeah. I'm gonna share my screen, and then I'm gonna go to your Parler. So I'm guessing it's just Armaspec, right?
I believe so. Maybe Armaspec USA.
Okay, let's see. Let's type in Armaspec.
I didn't manage it. I don't manage the account.
There we go. Yeah, Armaspec USA, and then there's an Alex at Armaspec. So there's two of those. Is that you also?
So yes, that's Alex would be me. I'm assuming the company would be the Armaspec USA.
Yeah. So there you go. So if you guys want to follow, Armaspec USA would be the one to follow out there. There it goes, and there's some people posting up stuff. Do you have one, Mike? There's the buffer.
I do.
Okay, what's yours?
I do. I have. It is. Hold on, I'm gonna have to look it up real good.
Oh.
Real quick.
It should be Armaspec Mike.
Actually, I don't have one for the company at this point, but mine, if you want to know, it is Big Daddy Mike Grule.
Okay, hold on a second. Wait. Big Daddy.
Big Daddy Mike Grule.
Big Daddy Mike.
Gurule.
Roulette. Okay, I see it. Okay. You had to make yours complicated. All right, I see it. Big Daddy Mike Grule. Boom, following.
There you go.
And there's a whole bunch of guys named Big Daddy something on there. So, and Walter's on there. Let me make sure Walter's on there, and I'll share you guys.
Yeah. I got to find mine.
When you got 8 kids, Hank, you get a name like Big Daddy.
Right.
You got 8 children?
Oh, 8 children.
8 children.
With about 7 international shooting titles.
Oh, wow. Okay. Cool. Yeah, Walter, I don't see Safety Harbor Firearms. What'd you put yours under?
Oh, hell, I don't even remember now. I'm gonna have to go back over there. I can't remember if it's under my name or what. Been a while. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking. I don't see. Let me see if it's under Walter Keller, maybe.
How's the Parler spelled again? P-A... Is it P-A?
P-A-R-L-E-R. Oh, yeah, I don't see Walter Keller either.
Oh, maybe so, I haven't done it yet. No.
Yeah,
I'll have to do that.
Yeah, Walter, come on.
Come on,
get up on it, Walt. So yeah, if you guys are interested in mine, it is Hank Strange, just all one word. There it goes, and we're always posting stuff up on there. You know, we got a lot of people following us on there. If you go in there, you want me to follow you on there, just go in and then like hit me up somehow and tell me to follow you or whatever, and you know I'll go in there. I don't mind going and following people. So one of the reasons why I'm throwing up the Parler thing is, do you guys wonder who's behind Parler? You guys ever wonder about that, or is that just me? That I always wonder about.
No, I'd like to know. Tell me about it.
Yeah. What's that? What did you say, Alex?
I was gonna say I think Dan Bongino got involved in some way. I don't know if I think Mark Levin was involved as well.
Yeah.
I saw Sean Hannity on there. I know that there are some players that are constantly on there, so I'm assuming they're involved in some way.
Right.
Please.
Yes, I think those guys are involved. I know Dan Bongino specifically is involved, and I think that we saw, like, I first heard of Parler when I saw Fox News pushing it and stuff like that. So recently, someone told me that there's a woman by the name of Rebecca Mercer, and I will throw that up here so you guys can see Rebecca Mercer. And it says here, Rebecca Mercer is an American Heiress Foundation director, a major Republican donor who oversees day-to-day operations of philanthropic and political projects for the Mercer family. She began managing the family foundation when the Mercers started getting involved in conservative causes. So her father is Robert Mercer, which people tell me is like a dude who's been out there and stuff. And indeed, that's like that is news. So KRDO says, meet Rebecca Mercer, the deep-pocketed co-founder of Parler, a controversial conservative social network. Why does it have to be controversial? I haven't seen anything controversial in there. Rebecca Mercer is a prominent conservative donor, revealed Saturday that she is helping to bankroll Parler, the rapidly growing but controversial, once again, what is social media platform. See, they got to throw in the word controversial as much as possible.
Why is it controversial?
Yeah.
Because it's not their medium. That's why it's controversial.
Yeah, they're not controlling it. People can say what they want. What? Freedom. Yeah.
Free speech. Can't have that.
Yeah, I never heard of Rebecca Mercer. I don't know if you guys have out there or anyone else has. And they go on to say here, what's Parler? Founded in 2018 by Mercer, John Matt, and Jared Thompson, bills itself as unbiased social media, a place where people can speak freely and express yourself openly without fear of being deplatformed for your views. According to its website and App Store description, it looks like a mashup of Twitter and Instagram with its main feed, follower count, and ways to share post links. The platform became the most downloaded. Here, let me see. I'll run this in for so you guys can see this. The platform became the most downloaded free app in the Apple Store on the weekend of November 8th. Wait a second. What happened? What happened that week that this weekend kicked this off? The day major media outlets called the election for Joe Biden. What? Yes, people got hip to the nonsense. So anyway, I just thought that's a good thing for folks to know out there. So apparently,
yep.
This is a conservative family that has money and does, put their money where their mouth is. So it's interesting to see that. The other thing I would say in this, well, actually, let me see. Do you guys have any comments in that before I move on?
No, that's cool. That's kind of what you've been saying needs to happen, right?
Yeah. Armament and Axis says it's controversial because it's not liberal. Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah. Right. I think everybody got tired of all these fact checkers and their personal opinions, and you can't even make an opinion or just suggest anything without getting fact checked these days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I
we
think
have another platform, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think. Go ahead, Alex. Sorry.
I was going to say I think it just needs to develop a little bit more. I think Parler is a little bit rough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So is this some of the kind of stuff that you did, or did you do other stuff? You didn't do social media stuff in the past, did you?
We've done some social media as well. Done social gaming. So we've done collaborative software. We've worked in different areas.
Yeah. Have you ever pondered something like, social media for conservatives, for pro-freedom people? I don't know, however you want to put it, gun guys.
Absolutely. I've got servers. I've got about 150 servers that we used from our hosting stuff. We've got firewalls that can handle probably, I think, 1.5 trillion transactions a second. So, yes, I pondered it. I just don't have the time to deal with it, but I'd love to help anybody that is seriously interested in it, or even Parler for that matter. I mean, I just think there's a great platform already, but just make it better.
Yeah.
Get out of Facebook and Instagram and get everybody into Parlor.
Right.
And there.
Yeah. One of the things I would like to see too, and I don't think Parler has a blockchain backbone to it, but I would like to see, we can go, I think it's better for us to go to things that have more, that function more on blockchain, right? And I know that's complicated for people to get into. That's kind of like the behind the scenes system that Bitcoin and stuff like that runs off of. And the reason why I say that is because it makes it less likely that people could shut it down. So let's say Parler is using Amazon servers. And then Amazon decides, like, we get a lot of news interest in it, and Amazon goes, yeah, we're not going to support what you guys are saying. They can make things very difficult over there, right? So if things were running off of the blockchain, it's almost like it's a more independent form of server system, right? You have multiple different people out there functioning as servers, and they don't really care. They don't get into all these politics and things like that, and it's very easy to scale up or down, and very difficult for people to shut it down. One of the things I can tell you guys that definitely runs on blockchain is Minds. MINDS, right? And I'm not saying, like, I'm on Parler, I put stuff on there, I encourage you guys to go there, but I think you should look at some other alternatives. So in my social media folder here, in the same thing as Parler, there's this thing called Minds. If we go back out here to it, it's Minds, and it has like a light bulb. So that's how you can tell what it is. And this is all this is all blockchain stuff, right? So it's kind of similar to Parler for sure, but it will be more difficult for these guys to shut this stuff down. And we want to think about that. There's one that I'm on called library.tv, except it doesn't have the I, and I've told you guys about that before. That works like YouTube. I think for all the things that we need to do what we're doing, we need to find alternatives, like to kind of create our own ecosystem for the firearms industry, because this is how they're going to try to shut us down. So, for example, if they pull, you're on Parler, right, Walt, or you just did that?
I found it.
What is it?
Well, it's Safety Harbor Firearms at Tokarev SVT.
Oh, it's at Tokarev. That's why, yeah. So for anyone who's looking for that, it's Tokarev, yeah. So
SVT.
probably SVT. Tokarev SVT. There you go. So you got to search for that to find it. That's what it is. That's why it was difficult to find. So there you go. If you guys are looking for that, get up on there and support Walter. Yeah. So I think finances is a place that they're gonna try to go after us. They've already tried it in the past. They're going to try it again. Recently, we had someone on from a company called TUSC that basically is a cryptocurrency designed to be used by the firearms industry, so that you can buy and sell things using the TUSC coin. I don't know if you guys have heard of that. I don't know if you guys have ever thought, Alex, Mike, about, being able to sell things using Bitcoin or some other thing.
I have not looked into it. I know a few people that do it right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think when it comes to, and I don't know if you're involved in Bitcoin, I'm definitely not. But from what I hear, a lot of people that have Bitcoin are just sitting on it, waiting for it to keep going up. So they're not using it. So TUSC is developed to be something that we actually use. So you can create what they call like a TUSC wallet, a virtual wallet that you could put money into, and it becomes these TUSC coins. And then you could go around, and they're actually helping people set up these systems on their sites. I'm gonna get involved in that. I'm gonna like sign up something. So let's say like I'm selling my patches or something like that. Folks can use it to get my patches. I'm gonna start off small, but it's a system that will be very difficult for some. They won't be able to pull it. And the whole intention is to make this almost like PayPal. And for example, as a gun guy, PayPal banned me because I'm a gun guy. Banned me for life from being able to ever use PayPal. And I never bought or sold a gun using PayPal. But basically because of what we do, they decided, yeah, you're banned. We don't want you to ever be able to use PayPal ever again. So I think we need to think about all these things. I know it's a little boring. There's a lot of people out there that they can't wrap their mind around it. But in this brave new world that we're living in, these are the ways that these guys plan on getting to people. So just like you see, they shut down the news media, and just like they started controlling anything that people were putting on social media, don't believe that they won't start going after things like how do you buy and sell stuff. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They want to control our money. We saw it when they pushed that whole agenda with this COVID-19, where the stores were not taking cash. There was a chain shortage. All this crap. Basically, they want to eliminate us having any paper money, so they can control where we spend our money, how we spend our money, and whether they're going to let us spend our money eventually.
Yeah. And Dot is asking, can I use Cash App? Yes. I do actually use Cash App. So for now, I don't know. That's the thing about some of these things. Lola said, if you recall last year, Shopify did that.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to do my part to get that out there. I know it's like a tough sell to the firearms industry because most of us are living in the Stone Age. A lot of dudes out there just found out about Facebook. I get it. Yeah.
It's a little different when you talk about money.
For sure.
It's a lot different.
Yeah, but
especially when you're gonna put your trust in somebody that I don't know. I don't.
Yeah. But the thing about it is that you got to realize you don't have to take your entire fortune. So Walter, for example, you don't have to take all your millions of dollars, Walter, and put it all into that thing. You could take like, $100 and put it over there and do some stuff, see how it is. Mess around with it, Just a little bit of walking around money. And you can see what happens. You don't have to put the whole thing in there,
The whole pot of gold.
Yeah, you don't have to put everything in there and risk everything. I think, but we have to try to figure these things out and figure out how they work. It's tough. It's tough for me to do it. But we have to try to figure these things out because we are going to get smacked upside the head by this kind of stuff. This is how they're going to shut people down. I'm just telling you guys, there's lots of things out there that indicate that. Eli EDC gave us a super chat here. He says, good evening, everyone. Armaspec, your stealth recoil spring system rocks. I own 2 of them so far. Hold on, let me put it back up. He says he owns 2 of them so far, and it does tame the recoil spot on. Congrats on your success, and many more to come. By the way, I'm on Parler as well, Eli EDC. So, boom. Thanks, Eli. I appreciate that. He gave us $20.
Thank you, Eli. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm going to go on Parler right now, Eli. Look, I'm going to put it up here. I'm going to go on Parler right now and find Eli EDC and follow him. Let's see. If I'm not, I think I might be following him already. Eli EDC. Come on. See. There you go. And I'm following you right now. Bam. There you go. So, yeah. Make sure you go. What's that, Walt?
Oh, I just got onto the Parler, and I guess it's looking for welcome to your feed. Updates from people who follow you will be shown here as it spins for 5 minutes. I can't be that many people that follow me.
No, you know what's going on with Parler? It's what I was talking about.
Getting hammered.
Yes,
there's hammered.
Why, and it's getting hammered because lots of us are going over there and using it, and they weren't quite ready for that scale up of server. The bandwidth wasn't there. Oh, Mike just followed Eli EDC. Awesome. Eli, make sure.
So I can't. It's like locked up right now. I can't do anything.
Yeah, just refresh. Just refresh, Walt.
Refresh what?
It'll be okay.
There's nowhere there. Yeah, there's no place to refresh.
Yeah. Press the home button.
Just wait.
Press the home button.
I'll press home. I'm going away. Boom. See ya.
Yeah.
There we go.
Walter,
I mean, but just that's a fine example. When you say go over there, and somebody that's they go over there and that starts going on, they're gonna go, F this. I'm out of here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying it. I'm not gonna wait 20 minutes to for it to clear up and stare at it for 20 minutes.
No, I understand that. I think they're definitely working on scaling it up. Michael Avon says, I joined Parler and Rumble yesterday. Rumble is Rumble's kind of like a YouTube kind of platform. And I went there and tried to sign up for it. I think it's a similar thing to what Walter is saying. All of these things are kind of rough if you compare it to YouTube or Instagram or other places that you use. But I think we were talking about this on yesterday's podcast. Okay, it's better. You got to try. If you go, I surrender, I'm only going to be on Instagram, when Instagram cuts everyone off or starts limiting, like right now, people were telling me that they're not even getting the notifications that we're going live with the podcast. So when YouTube does that to you, what are you supposed to do? You know, that's the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. That's the name of this show. Comes from the book. Tell me if you guys heard of this or not. There's a book called Who Moved My Cheese. Anyone ever heard of that?
I love that book. Absolutely. I think Jeffrey Moore wrote that.
Yeah, it's a great book. I'm not sure. I could pull up who exactly wrote it.
Yeah.
No, it's not Robert Kiyosaki, Lola.
Crossing the Chasm. Never mind. Yes.
Yeah, it's called Who Moved My Cheese. Spencer Johnson. Here, I'll throw it up on.
Fun read.
Yeah, it's a good read. It's quick. Let's see. Maybe we can get Lola to make a copy of it. It's a quick book. Who Moved My Cheese? That's what it looks like. Let's see if this says how many. I think it's, I don't know, 30, 40 pages. It's not. And you can get it.
Take 2 hours to read it. Yeah, it's a quick read.
Yeah. So this comes from the podcast, Who Moved My Freedom, comes from that idea. And one of the ideas in there is if we're rats in a maze and they move the cheese, so we're always used to going this direction and getting to the cheese. And then we get accustomed to that. And then one day you follow that path, and when you go there, no cheese. So what do? Do you sit around complaining that there's no cheese? If you go somewhere else and someone else is trying to put some cheese out for you and they're slow with getting the cheese out, do you complain that they're slow getting the cheese out? Or do you keep looking for the cheese? And that's the reason why I call this the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. Because we need to do the same thing with freedom. They're constantly moving freedom around. You know? And either we keep looking around for them to put out the freedom for us, or we keep pursuing freedom. That's I'm not gonna rant too much, Walter.
Yeah.
You know.
I just take the cheese when somebody has got it. Have a nice day.
You're savage. You're savage.
That's the old-fashioned way, you know. It's like, he didn't need that cheese anyway, right?
Oh, that's gonna happen to people. That's gonna happen to people. So listen, we need to try. Hopefully things get better. Nothing's perfect out there. And it's all up to the market, right? If you believe in a free market system, you know, someone's going to, if Parler doesn't get their act together, someone else will be better. We'll all find that and go, hey, this is here. This works better. This is pretty good. I think mine's, I'm okay with mine's. I'm not going to say it's perfect. And I'm kind of spread out on all of these things right now. I kind of look forward to the day when everyone just picks one of these things in terms of the freedom community and goes over there, and I don't have to function on like 12 different things, but you know.
Yeah, and like I said before, somebody who's busy doing other stuff besides social media,
yeah,
it's
tough.
Hard to keep a track of all this different things and places you post, and it's like, I don't know.
I really wish that the firearms industry would have invested in some of this a little bit more than they have. It would make it so it's not to say like then we could just be on the socialist, communist social medias, right? To you know, to have an existence on there and funnel everyone to that. But and you know, then in that we can have most of the gun people, and for us who we need to talk to and do business with and all that, it would just be so much easier, right?
You know what we need, Hank, is we need the gun industry to come up with a banking industry of their own, and take the money away from these banks who don't want our business anyways, but they will take our money. If the entire gun industry pulled all their money and put it in their own banking industry, then we would get some respect.
Yeah, but
It would be
unfortunately,
good,
the
but
people.
yeah,
Unfortunately, these people that are involved in the gun industry make their money off the banking industry too. So through investments and everything
yeah.
else, and
I think the best shot we have is something like TUSC. I'm not saying TUSC. I don't have anything to do with it. Not, I'm not necessarily going to make. I'm going to get involved in it. So I don't want to say I'm not going to make anything out of it because I'm going to get involved in it and find out. It's called risk.
Absolutely.
You have to take risks. You have to take chances. And I think it's an opportunity if we look at it, if we vet it, if we try to use it. If someone out there, let's say Alex is a really smart guy. You guys might not be seeing getting hit with the full flavor of that. And he's humble and quiet. But let's say Alex takes a look at that and goes, you know what, this is cool, but I think this could be done better. That's how we get better.
Right.
Maybe a couple of different people try to do it. Maybe all of these guys come up with some cool different things, and eventually they realize maybe we should get together and merge and make this happen. This is how all of these things grow and develop. And then, yes, to go to what you're saying, Mike, which you are very right, we take our power away from them so they don't get to control our money. We do. Because they realize that there's the Constitution and the Second Amendment, and they realize how tough that is for them to break down. But one of the easiest ways they could do it is to pull the plug on you being able to buy and sell stuff.
Yeah, that's exactly what PayPal did to a lot of the firearms industry when they shut off their accounts with no notice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
including us, I think 2.5 months ago.
Oh, the PayPal hit you guys?
We did. Yeah, we got hit by them and then by Facebook as well.
Wow.
So.
Did they ban you for life?
No.
Okay. Okay, so they didn't ban you for using.
We banned them for life.
Oh, you banned them for life. Yes, that's the way it should be. Yeah, listen, I'm just trying to talk about this before it's too late, and I know it's tough. I was talking to John Crump about this, and he's like, man, it's real tough to try to talk to people. But we have to try to do it. When the apocalypse of this comes, the people who aren't ready are gonna get washed over, and it's gonna be pretty devastating. The closer you are to being ready, I'm not saying that you have to be ready. You need to at least be thinking about these things so you can quickly move into it. And that's the point of what I'm doing. It doesn't make everything that we do here super sexy. I think some of it is, but
speak for yourself.
What's the point of talking about the cool accessories that Armaspec makes if one day these people could come along and no matter what you try to do, you can't buy that online? This is what's in the Biden plan. If you haven't looked at the Biden plan, go look at it. The Biden, yep. There's a part in the plan that says to stop online sales. No, you guys don't believe me, right?
No, I've heard it.
What am I supposed to say? Am I supposed to say you're lying? I'm not. I'm just listening.
Yeah. No, I know. I'm not talking about you.
Parts. That includes firearms
yeah,
parts.
It does. Yeah. Yeah. So, now that's
things will evolve.
Yeah.
They will evolve at the speed they're supposed to evolve.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes as much as you want to push things, that's like opening up with this parlor, and then all of a sudden everybody in the whole country hits it, and it crashes. So what good was it?
Well, the problem is everybody waited until that election week when all of a sudden they woke up and realized the media is lying to you. What? I've been realized that.
They realized.
I've been done. Told you.
They realized that once somebody told them about it.
Yeah.
Told them about, there's this parlor place. Oh, wow, I'm going to go check it out.
Well, you know what happened, Walt? Can I tell you what happened? Seriously. What happened is some big content creators or personalities or whatever in the gun space all of a sudden started throwing out posts on Instagram. Oh, I'm on Parler. You want to check me out?
Well, you know why? Is there money involved in Parler for those people?
I don't know, but I'm not saying it was anything nefarious
well, you know where I'm
behind
going
it.
with this, right?
Well, no, but I'm not saying no. I don't know if they did it because of money. I don't think so. I think because all of a sudden they realized, whoa, Instagram was hitting people and deleting people's Instagrams, and Facebook was doing stuff, and YouTube and Twitter, right? And they were like,
doing it for years.
Yeah, if this is what I believe and how I live, if they're not coming for me now, they will. Guns and Gear got his Instagram deleted. I don't think he's gotten it back. He's over on a alternate Instagram. So I think once all of this started happening and people started seeing, it's like a stampede. Once people start seeing the big guys doing it, now everyone is stampeding into Parler when we've all been there for probably most of this year. So that's what's creating it. Like, Parler wasn't ready to scale up this fast and deal with it. And I'm not trying to defend them. This is the way it goes. They'll either work it out or they won't. And we'll move on to somewhere else. Let me get this. Go ahead.
This will either clear up or it won't.
True, Walt. True. True. We got a super chat from Armin and Axis. He says, Mike, with those glasses is reminding me of John Goodman in The Big Lebowski. Laugh out loud. Anyone else see it?
Counted zero?
These
Is
are
that
actually my shooting glasses, but they weren't good for monitors, though.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay, I do see the Big Lebowski thing. Yeah, there you go. Absolutely.
It's the cheeks.
You could use that gold-plated 45. You know what I'm talking
about? Yeah. Yeah. What was John Goodman's? Wait, he wasn't the Lebowski. What was John Goodman's part? Hold on. What was the name of his character in there? In the Big Lebowski. Hold on, now I gotta pull it up. He wasn't Lebowski. I think it was Walter.
Yeah.
The Big Lebowski and Walter Sobchak. There he goes. Oh, you remember it because, of course, that's your name. Walter Sobchak.
Yeah.
That was his character in there. It was funny, and he was a gun guy. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, I don't know if he was really in Nam or Korea or whatever he was supposed to be in. Like,
I think he played the Vietnam thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it was a little bit of stolen valor in that movie. I don't know. Was he really in there, and it made him crazy, or was he just? I gotta
crazy.
I gotta look at that movie again and see how it goes. Okay, listen, we did 2 hours. We did 2 hours here. We talked about a lot of stuff. A little bit about Armaspec. Hopefully, if you guys haven't heard of them, you have now, and you can check them out. Hopefully, we haven't scared them too much, and maybe Mike and Alex will come back on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, again,
It
sometime.
was definitely a learning experience.
Yeah. Have you ever done a podcast?
I've never done one.
Okay.
Oh.
A lot of videos, a lot of you get that 5 to 8 minutes of shot show where you got to talk about stuff, or you got the elevator pitch when you meet somebody. But this was fun.
Yeah.
It was definitely fun.
Yeah, Walter, we popped that cherry.
The biggest thing about doing these, you just have to be yourself. That's all.
Yeah, I think you guys did good. We'll definitely have you guys come back on. If there's anything, well, I know you're kind of busy, so I don't know if there's new stuff coming out for next year or something like that, but hopefully we'll get you back on. If you have new stuff, we'll be able to talk about it, show it to the people, get the questions and stuff like that answered. I think, there's still folks out there, that are very interested in that. Mm-hmm.
Well, Hank, what I want to do is I want to see that when we do the live one from Armaspec's new facility, where we can show you all the new equipment.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've got a couple toys that we're working on right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we'd love to have you out to the new facility. Maybe late next year when we got things running smooth.
Okay.
We'll have you out. We'll do a live show from Armaspec. Oh,
that'll be cool. I'm up for it. Absolutely. I'll love that. That'll be cool. Maybe I'll bring Walter along. I don't know. We'll see. We'll have him pushing some buttons over there in the factory. That'll be fun.
What are you guys? Do you have a brand of machine you like the most, use the most in your shop?
Yeah. What?
I'd like to say probably the Stars are my favorite.
The
what?
I
like screw machines. They run and run and run. They'll just.
What is it called again?
Star screw machines.
Star screw machines. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I like Haas as well.
Mm-hmm.
Easy controllers.
I have a couple of Haas's. I'm getting ready to buy a couple of Hercos, actually, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, those are great too.
Yeah. Okay. This is where I get lost. I've heard of Haas. That's the only one I've heard of. Screw machine is what Lola used to call me when she first met me.
Oh,
that's my.
That's a good nickname.
Okay, I couldn't.
It's for making little round parts and things that look like pins and stuff like that. Yeah.
Do you guys have any wire EDM stuff? Doing any
Not
of
at the
that?
moment,
No. Okay. All right. So listen, let's go. I'm going to go around here and let everyone tell the folks out there how they could communicate with you guys and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to start with Alex. So if folks are out there now, obviously you're both from Armaspec, but is there ways that someone can communicate with you directly, Alex? Or what do you want these folks to do? Where do you want them to go to if they want to know more about Armaspec?
It's a great question. I don't have a public email address, but they can always contact support or customer service or sales, and they can get a hold of me.
All right, awesome.
But I should create a public email address. That would make it easier.
Yeah, probably.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So, Mike, what? Same for you. You know, folks out there see this and they want to, ask you questions, or they're interested in things other than going to.
But basically, a lot of the times when people call up and they're looking for their technical support, I'm the one that picks up the phone. So I'm saying, if you call in, more than likely you're going to get me on the phone. Helping you pick out which is the right unit you need, what's the benefit of using our product. People are just concerned. They want to know whether or not we are truly an American-made company, which we are. It's easy. Just go to our website, pick up, just call. Odds are you're going to get me on the phone. If not, just ask for me, the VP of Sales, Mike, and I'll be happy to talk with anybody that wants to talk. I love to talk to people.
Okay, very good. All right, Walter, same thing for you. How can the folks follow you?
Okay, if you guys are interested in getting a lower, you can either email at safetyharborfirearms.com or you can call the shop, and you can find the address for the shop at safetyharborfirearms.com. And got on social media: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, safetyharborfirearms.com. There's stenparts.com, the part about making Sten parts and machine gun parts. And there's actually an Instagram Sten parts site too on Instagram. I post some pictures there every once in a while. And then there's the Dirtfoot Racing, which I do mini bikes and stuff too, guys. So that's on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube also. So that's the main ways.
Very cool. And by the way, there's no thumbs ups on this video. So you guys that are out there, smash the thumbs ups. Okay, we really appreciate that. I guess we just got busy talking about things, and I didn't give instructions, and for some reason, everyone has to get instructions to smash the thumbs ups, and it's never too late to do that, of course. You can smash those thumbs ups. In terms of those lowers, if you're interested in the Sevis Passim one or the Hank Strange one, you're going to have to campaign, because Walter doesn't believe that anybody will be interested in those, even though they look really... They look good, especially the Hank Strange one looks good. You guys don't have to campaign for that. Huh?
You need to put your CPAP machine on, get some oxygen or something.
I knew that was coming back. At some point. Yeah. Okay. All right. I got you. But listen, get in touch with Walter. Let him know that you're interested in those. Make sure you guys go check out Armaspec on social media. They have an Instagram. They have a Facebook. You can check out the website. They're on Parler and other places. That you guys are looking for them. Do not forget, there's no show tomorrow night, and I don't think we're doing anything next week either. We're going to take next week off. It's Thanksgiving and all that kind of stuff going on.
Oh, that's right, it is.
Yeah. So we'll just take the whole week off next week. There will be stuff going up here as well as on Hank Strange. I've got like tons of videos to edit, so don't believe that I'm just going to be taking it easy. I'm going to get work done. I haven't put up any of the videos from us shooting stuff with PSA yet, Walter. So
you're slacker. You've been slacking off.
Yeah. Okay. Right. That sleep machine's been choking me out, man. It's been choking me out.
You put some of that ganja smell in that machine. You'll be all right.
Yeah, definitely can't handle that. But listen, I really do want to thank Alex and Mike for coming on. I met these guys about a month ago. They're awesome dudes. I did get a chance to try out some of the stuff that they make, as well as, we'll get some stuff here and do some more things for you guys who are interested. But thanks so much, Alex and Mike, for taking the 2 hours out of your night and coming on the show.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And I'll email you tomorrow, Hank. We'll get that product out to you.
Yeah, absolutely. No rush on it. Don't worry about it. Everyone stay right there. No one go anywhere. I'm going to do the end. Here it goes. Smash those thumbs ups. Ring the bell to be notified every time we go live, guys. Yeah, there you go. Make sure you If you're going to look for the audio, it's going to be on iTunes and all the other places you get your audio podcasts from. Big shout out to Harry's Holsters. Thanks to them for sponsoring the show. We really do appreciate that. Helps us keep the lights on around here. Have a great, safe weekend. I'll see you guys on social media and other places. Thanks so much. Who wants the last word?
Get together with your family on Thanksgiving. Just don't be doing a lot of kissing and hugging, okay? You know?
Yeah.
Don't be spreading the COVID.
Don't let the terrorists take Thanksgiving.
Oh, no, you got to get together.
Yeah, I agree with that. Absolutely.
That's right.
Yeah, peace and love. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there. Be safe. We're out. Peace.
See ya.